Today we are talking to Jennifer Sutto. She is currently partnered with Evaluate.market and she has her own podcast with NFTCatcher. And this interview was just amazing and fun, and the stories that she has are really unique and I've never heard them anywhere else. So let's just jump right into it and get started. All right, so I'm very, very excited to have my guest today. She's one of the premier faces in the Top Shot community, one of the first faces in the Top Shot community. I'm sure many of you recognize her just by immediately looking at the color of her hair. She's Jennifer Sutto, and I'm very lucky to have her on the show today. So thank you for joining me, Jennifer.
What's up, Tandy? Thank you so much for having me. And you really hyped me up there with that intro. So thank you for that.
Great. So I want to know a little bit about your backstory. You're so very much into the NFT and Top Shot space currently, but what was life like before that? How did you get to where you are now? What was your life before the NFT space?
Before the NFT space, before NBA Top Shot, I was a full-time TikToker. I was a content creator, and I just kind of did that, full time, and then I ended up kind of getting tired of doing that, and then I started getting into NBA Top Shot, and then I just went all in and got hired by Evaluate, and the rest is history.
Right. And I guess we can jump right into Top Shot. I'll go back to that other social media experience in a minute, but let's talk about Top Shot. I know that, first of all, you took like a little break and came back. So first of all, I'm curious, what made you take the break and what made you come back?
Well, basically, I've been making weekly update videos on YouTube since like February 14th was like my first video ever. And, every week I'm just making these videos, and I would make other videos here and there, but, it's obviously a lot of work. Like I try to make my videos really short, but I put, hours and hours into them, obviously. And, I don't know, I was just kind of getting like, I guess it was just, becoming really repetitive, and it was starting to feel kind of like a chore, and I wasn't enjoying it as much. And so, like a month ago, I just kind of stopped. I just decided I was going to take a little break from making the weekly update videos, just to give myself some time, to rejuvenate and get back on the horse. But recently I went live, and I kind of feel like I'm open to kind of going live more because it's nice to interact with people. And then I think I'm gonna start up making the weekly update videos again for S3. So I'm just gonna kind of do lives in the meantime.
So you feel rejuvenated enough to get back on that editing 3 hours editing horse.
So it used to literally take me a whole day just to make a 5-minute video, from film recording. It's like, what's up, Top Shotters? Oh, what's up, Top Shotters? It's Jennifer. Oh, wait, no. What's up, Top Shotters? It's Jennifer. It's like just saying the same clips, and then, you do the right one. Okay, now what's the next segment I have to say? And then it's like, of course, you have to go through and edit, and then you have to find little clips to add into the image, and then it's just like, it's a whole day production.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
but it ended up, I ended up getting kind of, the more you do something, the easier it becomes. And so then it ended up just taking like, 5 hours as opposed to like, 9 hours or something. And so I just got like faster and better at it, but it still takes a long time. And, not gonna lie, it still takes a long time. And I do all the editing and everything on my phone.
On your
which
phone?
I find is easier. Yeah, on my phone.
Isn't that slower than using the computer?
Not for me, because that's how I like I told you, I used to do TikTok, and so I'm used to like editing on my phone, so it's just kind of like easier for me. But yeah, but
Wow.
Live is so easy. You just press the button, you go live, and you're live for an hour, and it's like, yeah, that's an hour, but it takes a lot longer to just put together a 5-minute video than to go live for an hour, which is why I feel like so many people do lives and everything. It's like it doesn't take as much time.
I know, but you've already built that audience through putting out great content. So you're like, that's I don't know if you've seen my stuff, but I also like was spending a lot of time putting a ton of stuff out. And then once I had like a little bit of a following, And now you have that. You have that like cushion. You can just go live and talk about just about anything, and people are going to show up. So you put the work in, and now you get to enjoy that things are a little easier in that sense.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can give you some tips about how to make your editing easier, but I think if you're using a phone, I don't have much to add. I can't help you too
Oh,
much.
dang it.
But you
Okay.
mentioned that you want to do it again in series 3. So tell me, what are
Yeah.
you looking forward to in series 3 on Top Shot?
I feel like when they start series 3, we'll be out of beta. Personally, I don't really know, but I kind of feel like they'll be out of beta. Like, I don't know. I just feel like big things are going to happen, and I want to be around. I want to be able to make weekly update videos for people to be able to kind of inform them on what's going on. Like, I just like, being able to kind of document the journey of NBA Top Shot and kind of like what is happening on a week to week basis, and even including floor prices of S1 commons and S1 rares and S2 legendaries and all that, just like letting people kind of follow along with the progress. It's fun, and people really enjoy it, and I'm happy to do it. Obviously I'm taking a break, um but yeah, I think just kind of documenting the journey. And I do think a lot of things are going to happen in S3. I feel like they've been kind of building for a while, and I'm ready for them to start advertising and getting out of beta, and just all these things, hardcore coming out and all that.
You think you're going to be on your phone all day, like playing hardcore, like the people do at Axie?
I don't know if I'm gonna play. I'll probably play a little bit, but I'm probably not gonna like spend a lot of time playing
Fair enough.
necessarily.
So you sort of have a
Yeah.
general confidence. You're not quite sure what's going to happen. Like I don't think many of us don't really know what's going to happen, but you just have this general confidence and you kind of want to
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
All right, it's fair. I think I feel
Mhm.
similarly. Do you ever watch your videos from like middle to late February and just like crying to your cereal when you're talking about the floor prices?
No, I don't really watch back any of my videos. But yeah, no, I'm not really much of a like, oh my God, the floor price is that or whatever. It's like I'm more of like, I like to know the facts, and I don't really get too emotional over, floor prices. It was like, yeah, I bought things, even though I was early, I joined in October 2020. It's like I also was buying, some things, during the peak as well, February, March. And it's like I obviously overpaid for a lot of stuff too, but it's like I don't like to like look at that and like think about that. It's just I just move on. It's not helpful to just dwell on things like that. So
That's very emotionally what's the word? It's like emotionally advanced. You're like a
emotionally advanced. I'll take
yeah,
that.
yeah, because I think the majority of people very much dwell on it. And I think and then also the majority of people are like very happy right now because things are doing better.
Yeah, things are doing better. Yeah.
But okay. And what did you think about the recent WNBA drop?
I have been waiting for WNBA forever, and I'm so excited that they finally added the WNBA to NBA Top Shot. And I know that they're going to be, they have plans to move it over to its own platform eventually, they had said. But I think it's nice that it's integrated for now. And yeah, I already completed like, the whole WNBA Best of 2021 set. I mean, I know they're probably going to add more moments to it, but I just went ahead, bought all the moments, bought all the fandom moments. And I actually used to, I know I said I don't watch basketball, but when I was a kid, there was this, I would read a lot. And there was this program at the library where if you read like so many books, you could get 2 tickets to either the WNBA and a WNBA game or a hockey game. And so I would be like, oh, let's go to a WNBA game. And so I'd go with my mom, like when I was, I don't know, middle school. And I would watch Diana Taurasi play. I didn't even know that I was watching like one of the greatest players ever. And I lived in Arizona, so I would go to Phoenix Mercury games. And yeah, so I'm just so excited, to be able to stack Diana Taurasi moments and just, all the WNBA moments. Like I just am super excited about that.
Yeah, and now they have much higher collector score too because of a recent update.
Yeah. It used to be 2, and now they changed it to 20. That's
Not
nice.
bad. It's a
Yeah.
10x. And
Yeah.
what books did you read? I don't know if you're gonna remember that. So,
Oh man, I don't know.
so
When
anyone
I
could
was
just
in
read a
middle
book and
school.
get free tickets? That's amazing.
Well, I mean, I kind of started, I kind of realized that they didn't even know if you read. So then I would just
Oh
go to the
no.
library, like, yeah, I read my 20 books. And then they're like, okay, here's your tickets. And then I would just keep doing that. I would just like rig it basically,
Oh wow. See, that went against my initial thought. I thought she
I
really read the
mean, no,
books.
I would read books, but I mean, I couldn't read fast enough to get
That's a
tickets that
that's
quickly.
that's a good follow-up. In this NFT space, I haven't like watched a TV show in like months. Have you? Have you read a book in months?
Have I read a book in months? Um, what's the last book I read? Sometimes I read little pieces of little like maybe just a couple paragraphs of a book,
That's about
you
the best
know.
you can do right now.
Yeah, I haven't really read a full the last full book I read was probably like maybe 4 months ago or something.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago. So
So again, it's a effect of like this NFT kind of being plugged in constantly.
oh yeah. I'm always online, I'm always on, just like always on my laptop, OpenSea, Discord, Twitter,
Yeah,
researching stuff,
it's a bit much.
doing podcasts, whatever. Just yeah, just doing all of it. But it's really fun, it's really fun. And I'm definitely the type of person where I'm kind of a little bit extreme in the sense that if I like something, I really like it. And I'm like, I go all in and I like get absorbed into it. And so right now I'm really absorbed into, the NFT space. And it's like my job, I work for Evaluate.market, an NFT analyzer company. And I do like social and marketing. And it's like all day I'm just doing everything having to do with NFTs and social media. And it's just fun. I really enjoy it right now. And maybe one day I won't and I'll pivot and I'll do something else. But until then, I really like this. And yeah, I just really enjoy being in the space and, being involved and, learning, and everything moves so fast. And it's just, yeah, it's fun. It's a
I
fun
feel that
time.
I feel the same way. It very much feels like we are at the cusp. We're like in the front. We're in like the front of the roller coaster right now. So we get
Yeah.
to just enjoy it. So back to Top Shot for a second. You were one of the first faces of Top Shot. I think so. My question there was, I know you were using TikTok before, but how did you decide to all of a sudden start making videos about Top Shot? Like, why did you make that first video?
Well, basically, I like creating content. Naturally, I just like creating content. And I kind of always wanted a YouTube channel, but I didn't know what I wanted it to be about. And I just saw an opportunity. It's like, I saw an opportunity. I was really getting into to Top Shot. Basically, I got in October, and then I was buying a bunch of moments, and then I was moving, and then I kind of then it was like the holidays, so I kind of neglected Top Shot for a bit, and then I got an email from Katie, from Dapper Labs, and she was like, check out this chart, of the sales volume, and it was like boom, and it was like this skyrocket roller coaster, and that was in January. And so in January I came back and I was just like, whoa, like everything's going crazy, and so I just became really passionate, and I wanted to kind of share my passion, with other people. And I was looking up, NBA Top Shot videos. Crypto Ed was kind of the first NBA Top Shot content creator in a way, but he never showed his face or anything. And I just couldn't really find videos of anyone that was like showing their face. I mean, I think guy Vegas 77 or something, he would like sometimes he would do videos with his face, but there weren't really many people actually creating videos about NBA Top Shot, and especially there weren't people like showing their face. There's like pretty much like nobody showing their face. And I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool little opportunity for me. I'm comfortable in front of the camera. Like, why don't I start making videos? And okay, I don't know much about the players, so like, what can I make videos about? Well, maybe I'll just like tell everybody, like what's happened in the week, kind of just like update people. And so that's how it started. And I just kind of started posting videos, and a couple of my friends, Young Content and Booster Pack Reveal, who are also content creators, they were like, guys, like like in the Discord, they're like, everybody like check out Jennifer. Like she's really, making these videos, and they're kind of helping me get my feet off the ground. And the next thing I know, I had 100 subscribers. I was like, oh my God, I have 100 subscribers. And I didn't really expect anyone to watch the videos. I didn't mind if people watched it or not. I just kind of wanted to do it as a way to kind of document the journey of NBA Top Shot. And then, people started watching, and then some guy reached out to me. Sack Daddy is his username. And he was like, hey, like, can I donate a moment for you to give away to help bring more traction to your YouTube channel? And so I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? And so that kind of sparked me doing giveaways on every single weekly update video. I would have people be like, hey, I'll donate this, moment for you to give away. And people started donating moments. And, people just started, subscribing to me and watching my videos, and it was awesome. And, I liked doing it. And then I made a Twitter account just to promote my YouTube. And then next thing you know, I started actually tweeting about stuff, and then my Twitter started growing, and, all that. I think it was just because there was barely anybody, in the space. So it was just a good opportunity, if you had the skill of creating content, and, you're kind of in the right place at the right time. I feel like I was in the right place at the right time. So.
Yeah. And now that channel is pretty big. I think you have around 10,000 subscribers.
I have I think I have like 5,000 or something.
Oh, is it 5?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you have thousands of subscribers.
Yes.
Has the experience been positive? Have there been any like negative aspects of being the face?
Not really, mostly positive, honestly. Everyone's really nice, and they're really appreciative of me creating videos. And, I would get a lot of messages of people saying they were inspired, oh, I want to start making videos now because of you, and, things like that. So, not really much negative. I mean, yeah, of course, there's always going to be some, people saying, negative things. Of course, it's bound to happen, but I don't mind, I just know that comes with the territory. So
see, it wasn't emotionally advanced, emotionally mature. You're an emotionally mature person.
Well, yeah, and from being, like I said, when I was a TikToker, and even before that, I had a glitter company with my sister, and we got virally hated at one point. And
Oh, really?
It was just like, yeah, and I've already experienced, kind of, I've already experienced that. So little things don't faze me, it's like, oh, she doesn't even watch basketball. It's like, oh, okay. Like, it doesn't really actually matter, but, people always have stuff to say.
Yeah. I mean, I want to talk about that in a second, but now I want to talk about being virally hated about glitter.
Well, this was like our first business, and this was, I don't know, this was years ago. I forget how old I was, but my sister and I, we made a glitter company. And anyway, so we solved the problem of, when you go to a rave and you put glitter on, and then, well, maybe you don't, but
yeah, all the time
you put glitter on and it just falls off. By the end of the night, you look terrible. The glitter's all off your face. And so we basically developed a formula, a glitter gel formula, where you just easily swipe it on and it stays on all night, and it lasts. And people loved it. Like ravers loved it. That was our demographic. And so, we were doing that for like a year or something. I don't know how long. And then we decided to come out with kind of like a really high-end product, basically. And it was just like a super luxury thing. It's like, and anyway, so it was like, we charged a lot for it. Obviously, it was like, it costs a lot to make all that. And it was like, we're bedazzling the jars, like everything, right? And so basically some girl was bitter that we were charging so much, and she went to Twitter about it, and she just bashed us basically. And then, we weren't on Twitter. We didn't really know how Twitter worked, and we didn't really know that you're not supposed to feed the flames. So we were just like, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Which obviously was not the right thing to say. And everyone was like, they're calling people poor and blah, blah. And then it was just like, all of a sudden, all these people just going at us like crazy. It was bad. And we would, sometimes reply because we would be mad, and it was like, and that did not help. And yeah, and then oh, man, it's hard to sleep at night when you just feel like everyone hates you. And then we went to a rave, and then a couple of people came up and they're like, "I hate you," and it's like weird because they don't even know us, but they think they do because they've seen some things on the internet. Like it's just So anyway, after that
Wow.
experience, um, yeah, after that experience, nothing really phases me,
Yeah,
I
that
guess.
sounds a lot worse than someone being like, you don't know who the backup point guard is on the
Yeah.
Celtics. How dare
No,
you?
it was bad. Like someone was like, "You're like dead grandma should be ashamed of you," like just like bad stuff. Like they were not nice. And it was
Ravers?
just
These are
like,
ravers? I thought ravers
yeah.
were like a happy
I
crowd.
know. Well, yeah, but it was the mob mentality. It was like if anybody defended us, then it was like people would just go and be like, why are you defending them? Like attack the defender. So you couldn't really defend. Like no one was really defending us because you would just get attacked. So it was just like it was just popular to kind of attack us, and then it's just like everyone's just attacking and jabbing and yeah. So
So that was
it was not
a
good.
glitter product. You guys then decided we are going to make it a more fancier brand. We're going to make it fancier, charge more
Well,
money.
we were just gonna come out with a high-end product.
So
Like we
you
were
were you
just
still
coming out with
offering the cheap one or
yeah,
no?
we were still offering the affordable options. It was just like we just had, yeah, so it really didn't make any sense. It
Hmm.
really didn't make any sense for us to get attacked. But I think us kind of going back and like defending ourselves didn't help. And so that's why it's like, now if like someone kind of comments something bad, you just ignore it. Like you don't want to feed the fire because, the best thing to do is just ignore it. Yeah, occasionally you can stand up for yourself, but it's better if you don't let yourself get all worked up over, what somebody types, words that people type
Of
over the
course.
internet.
So now
So
when you go to your weekly raves, are you like, can you still have fun? Are you
I
kind of,
don't rave anymore. I'm a retired raver, actually. But no, I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'd still have fun if I go to rave. I don't think anyone would recognize me now, but
someone
it's
will
been
like
years.
find
It's been
you?
years. Yeah, someone will find me. No, but we used to have a lot of people that would come up and to us at the raves, and they would be like, "Oh, hey, it's the Glitter Twins," and they would like it would be like a happy thing.
Mm.
So then it was like when a couple of people came up and it was like a bad thing, it was like, "Oh, this isn't so fun." I don't feel like raving now.
And then did you like
Uh,
immediately, did you, or not immediately, but very soon after that, you guys kind of ditched the product, even though it was doing so well?
um, well, we took kind of a break. It was really an emotional, kind of took an emotional toll. And we
Yeah.
kind of just decided to kind of step back and take a break. And that's when we started going to a bunch of entrepreneur events because we're like, well, let's learn how to be better, like, business people,
Yeah.
basically. And, and then that kind of sparked the whole thing. And we ended up we ended up running the social media for this guy, this like multimillionaire that was throwing these entrepreneur events. We
Okay.
ended up just like doing this whole like US tour with him, and it was this whole experience. Actually, it was really fun, and we met a lot of people. We met Oprah's boyfriend, like we met just like it was amazing actually. And we kind of had the glitter on the back burner, and then after that the tour ended, and then we decided to basically end the glitter company as well, because we decided we weren't really passionate about it anymore. And um, and then that's when we started. I think we started like posting videos on TikTok, and then next thing you know, we just started like gaining a following, and so then we were like, oh, I wonder if we could like, make a living off of this. And so I basically became my sister's like brand manager, and like I would get her deals and I would get myself deals, and I would just like reach out to I would make like funny beauty videos basically. And I would reach out to like beauty companies, and I put together a whole media kit and everything. and I'd be like, hey, I can, make a video for you for this much and whatever, and here's what I have to offer. And so I did that, and we both did that full time, and it was really fun. And I got sent a lot of beauty products, and I have so much stuff. And then we did that for a while, and then we kind of got burnt out, I guess. And we were just like, I don't really feel like doing this anymore. And, I wasn't really that passionate about it. It wasn't really fulfilling, it wasn't really fulfilling. And, then, I got into NBA Top Shot, and then I started making YouTube videos, and then Evaluate.market reached out to me, and they're like, hey, do you want to work for us? And I was like, oh, actually, yeah, I would. And then I've just been getting, deep into the NFT space, and, I've been into crypto for a few years. And so it was kind of easier for me to buy NFT projects because I've already had ETH, and so yeah, I don't know. That was like a long story, but
that's awesome. I mean, I didn't know about my Googling of you did not show any of that project where you went across the country. That sounds really.
Oh yeah. And then we started speaking on stages, and like we were on like so many podcasts, and everyone was like, oh my God, these girls went from being like having like a glitter company to doing these events. And I don't know, it was just like this whole thing, actually.
Wow.
Anyway, it was fun. It
sounds like you guys just create something, have like a ton of success, and then you're like, meh, I'm bored.
Well, it's just kind of like realizing that you can do whatever you want. Like, this is your life. This is your world. You can do whatever you want. And so, for me, it's like, like I said, I'm kind of extreme. I'll try to do things, for as much as I can, and kind of, climb as high as I can, do as much as I can, and just to kind of experience it and feel what it's like. And then, I kind of decide, I'll do that for a while, and then I'll decide for myself if I really want to continue doing this or not. I do like building things, from the ground up. It was like, for YouTube, I didn't tell everyone on TikTok, go follow my new YouTube channel. Like, I was just like, I want to start fresh from zero. I have no following. Same with Twitter, start from zero and just kind of build it up.
That's kind of amazing.
See what I can do.
That's like, I feel like that's a very rare experience, and you've had like the very good fortune also from your hard work. But like, I am shamelessly plugging my YouTube channel whenever I can on my Twitter. Like, look, you want this moment? You better go follow me on YouTube. So that's amazing. And it's also amazing because your TikTok following was so big. It's a private account now, but you have like
don't try to stalk me.
No stalking.
I think I grew to like 700,000
followers.
Yeah.
So like, you had the glitter company that just kind of wore you out. I understand that one. It was like emotionally draining. You didn't want to be attached to it anymore. And
okay, yeah.
I'm summarizing. I'm doing my summary.
Yeah, okay, do your summary.
It's my show.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
so then you do your TikTok stuff. You get a huge following. You have 700,000 teenage girls following you, buying, and women, and older adult women, and probably men too, who are interested in all the beauty products you're showing to them, and that becomes lucrative, and you're making a full-time income off it. So wasn't there a part of you that's like, maybe I should just keep growing this because I have 700,000 followers and like millions of likes, and this can kind of just keep on growing like Top Shot in February?
Yeah, definitely. But the thing was, I just got to a point where I wasn't feeling excited. I didn't feel like making videos anymore. And I still pushed through for months after that. Like, it's not like as soon as you stop feeling it, you just stop. But it's like, I kind of pushed through. I was like, okay, maybe I'll just, push through. And then it was just like, I really just, it wasn't fulfilling. And I just felt like I wasn't really providing much value to people. I don't know. I wanted to be able to kind of make a bigger difference in the world,
Okay.
And I'm still working on that. Obviously, it's like, there's so much that I want to do, but it's just, it was good until it wasn't.
Yeah. But was there a part of you when you started doing the Top Shot stuff that thought, I know how to grow an audience to 700K on TikTok. Why don't I make a Top Shot content on TikTok?
No, I didn't really um I guess I kind of moved around. So like for the glitter, it was like Instagram. And then TikTok, it was like TikTok. And then, now I'm on Twitter and YouTube. And I don't know, I guess I was just moving around to different social medias. I was kind of tired of TikTok in general. So
Mm,
it wasn't like, it was just like, I wanted to move on to something new, like a new challenge. Like I already conquered it, I guess.
yeah,
So then it was
I would
like,
say
once you, achieve your goals, then you're just kind of like, oh, what now?
you had enough giving your data to China. You're like, let me stop. Let me do something else.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so what's your project going to be for LinkedIn?
And, uh, oh my gosh. I don't even know. I don't like LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I don't understand LinkedIn. It's too professional for me.
or Pinterest. Pinterest.
Pinterest. Yeah.
I bet
Pinterest.
the glitter would probably work on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But that's interesting though. And I guess like what do you have other? You say you have all these ideas and big things you want to do. Is there anything else that you have in mind, or is it better not to share? Better to do it.
It's better not to share. It's better to just do things. That's what I found. But
Yeah.
I'm really into this now. I'm really into the NFT space now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long I'll be into it for, but I mean, I feel like at least for another year I'll be really into it.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. We'll see.
I would
Might
agree.
pivot to eventually.
I think it's growing and expanding at such an amazing rate that there's going to be something to cover and talk about for a very long time. And what's cool about it too, unlike your previous projects, is like they are giving you tons and tons of interesting source material all the time. It's not like makeup where like here's a new lipstick, sell it for us. It's like no, here's like this totally random thing, like this thing that I just saw yesterday that I was talking about earlier, which is like this loot thing, which I don't even understand.
Oh yeah, I don't
But it's
understand
like, there's something new literally every day, and that's
that. Yeah.
NFTs. And then that's not even talking about Top Shot, where there's something new all the time as well. So I feel like that's kind of something that might keep you interested for quite a while.
Yeah, and you know what? I just wanted to say really quick for um anyone that's like, because now that I'm on Twitter and it's like I could monetize my following. I could get paid by NFT companies. I could reach out. I could do all that. But you do lose the trust of your audience a bit. You kind of chip away at the trust of your audience when you do things paid. So, I mean, I don't really plan on getting paid to promote stuff anymore. Like I'm kind of over that. But like I know that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge, and we're already starting to see it. A lot of people getting paid to promote things, and that's how you get the word out. Obviously, it's like it's marketing, but you just have to be careful because you are kind of chipping away at the trust of your audience when you get paid to promote stuff.
I see.
So keep
Is that what kind of hurt your passion for TikTok? Like did money entering it kind of hurt your passion?
um yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably. Maybe.
Hmm,
It's possible. It's possible.
interesting. I feel like
Yeah.
we're making some breakthroughs here.
Yeah, when
Um,
something's a job, it's sometimes it's like, it's just not as exciting.
Sure. Makes sense. So I guess along that same line of thought, this is a question I like to ask people who are in the NFT space, which is how are you doing like mental health wise? Are you sleeping? Are you getting outside? Are you eating, drinking water?
Yes, I am. I read. Well, I haven't read in a while, but I've read a lot of like personal development books and everything, and I'm very conscious of that. And yes, I sleep 8 hours a day. I go for walks every single day with my sister, like half-hour walks outside in nature. I'm vegan. I eat healthy and everything, and I drink water, stay hydrated. Yeah, I'm very conscious of that. Your health is very important, and yeah, you're gonna burn out if you don't take care of yourself, take care of your health. Like, yeah, you can be online all the time, but make sure you're getting fresh air. You're eating healthy. It's so important. Eat for your brain, and just and exercise, and now starting to, I kind of lacked on going to the gym for a while, but now my sister, she just hired a personal trainer, and so now I'm like going to the gym too, like every day, and you know, trying to be more conscious of that, of being healthy and everything. It's very important.
Awesome. And did you experience like burnout previously when you were like doing the TikTok stuff, for example?
Well, you just kind of get like lazy. You just don't want to do it. You know, you just
Yeah.
don't want to do it.
Because I've seen stuff about like content creators, like YouTubers that I follow who like have like breakdowns. Like I'm not assuming you had anything like that, but sometimes I think about that and I'm like, that's a real thing that people really
Yeah.
struggle with, where like they kind of lose themselves in like the content creating.
Yeah. And
But
it's a lot of pressure too. You know, it's a lot of pressure, you know, when you really stop to realize that there's, you know, so many eyeballs watching you and they're watching what you do. And it's like, you know, it can be a lot, especially if you're not used to that, especially if that's a new thing for you. So
yeah, but you've already been through the battles of pricey glitter that now you're like, you have the
right.
scars, you're fine.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's talk about a little bit about NFTs in general. I know that there's a project that you're featured in. Tell me about
Oh
that
yeah.
project and tell me why you're watching a clip of Kelly Olynyk in it.
So this guy, Maku Ranger, had reached out to me. I don't know, was it a month ago? I can't think about the time. Maybe it was a couple weeks ago. And he said he was starting this collection called the the Collector Chronicles. And he really, you know, I get a lot of messages that, oh, can you promote my product? Or, oh, you know, I'm doing this product. But this really spoke to me. And he wasn't saying, can you promote my product? He was saying, would you like to be my product, my NFT? And I was like intrigued by that, first of all. But you know, I thought it was really cool, the concept. He was basically, you know, kind of creating these spaces where and featuring, you know, popular NFT collectors, and just kind of creating these cool like fantasy workspaces in a way, and just kind of featuring, you know, someone known in the space. And I thought it was really cool. And, you know, he has music, he has like a nice lo-fi vibe with it. And he's kind of showcasing, you know, popular art, popular NFT art as well that's happening, you know, during the time period. So I feel like it's also historical. It's going to become kind of historical in that way. And so he had done chapter 1, which he just featured an anonymous person meant to represent everyone. And he asked me if I wanted to be featured in chapter 2. So, you know, be basically like the first featured person, which I was, first of all, honored. And you know, he was a small artist. He didn't really have, you know, much of a following or anything like that. But I really believed in, you know, him and his concept. And I thought that, you know, the project would do really well. And he was kind of, he said that I believed in him more than he believed in himself. And, you know, I would be like, oh, you're going to sell out, like you're going to do this. And he's like, really? I don't think so. And I'm like, no, trust me, like you'll do good. And so he's always like really thankful to me for like my support. But yeah, so he asked me, you know, what are a couple of things, you know, that you would like to see in it? You know, what are some NFTs you want displayed? And I was saying, oh, it'd be cool, you know, to show Evaluate Market and to show Kelly Olynyk, and at me looking at an S1 finals rare moment, you know, analyzing that. And because I'm kind of known for stacking S1 final rare Kelly Olynyk moments, I have 11 right now. And like 5 of them are 2 digits that I paid a pretty penny for, just because I don't know. I just did it for fun. I just thought, you know, why not? And it's my favorite set.
You have something special for Kelly Olynyk?
No, I don't even like it. Someone's like, are you attracted to him? I'm like, no, I'm not even, like, I don't even find him attractive. I just decided to stack him because I kind of, you know, felt bad that he was like the cheapest floor scraper for that set. And so I kind of was like, you know what, let me start buying some of his moments. And so that's kind of how it started, you know.
He's
Kind of
he had
felt
some
bad, I
good
guess.
games. He had some good games as a Boston Celtic, and he's actually the bottleneck for the Boston Celtics. His run it back moment. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, the run it back. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about like social. I guess you talked about this a little bit when you're talking about like the demographic of, or why you were on TikTok and then you've been on Twitter.
Mhm.
Where do you think like the future of the social audience is for NFTs? Do you think it's very much now on Twitter, or am I being ignorant?
Twitter. I think definitely right now it's Twitter and Discord. Those are the social medias to be on for NFTs, 100%.
But do you see anything like growing, or do you predict anything growing?
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's something else that'll come along and be, kind of the spot for the space maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have a prediction for that.
Like
I'm not
Instagram?
sure.
Do you think
No,
Instagram?
no, I don't think Instagram. I don't think Instagram.
Hmm.
Because Instagram is a little too superficial. Like
Hmm.
Instagram is too Twitter, it's like everyone's like proud of being a degen and everything. And it's like I think people are more vulnerable like on Twitter and such. And
Yeah.
Instagram, like people kind of just want to show like their best self
Hmm.
and stuff. So I don't know about Instagram. I mean, I
Yeah.
can see YouTube being more, video.
And I think it's also, now that I think about it, it's also like the way you can segment out conversations and like follow and chat within threads. And you can't
Mhm.
really do that as much in Instagram, actually. So
Right.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, Twitter definitely has like the mover's advantage. Um,
Yeah.
but speaking of people and like the internet and all that, there's something that I've been thinking a lot about lately, which is also related to NFTs and their roadmaps, which is the metaverse. And I'm very curious people's opinions on the metaverse. I'll give you mine in a second, but I want to
Okay.
know what your opinion is on the metaverse.
Um, I mean, I mean, I don't really know what to think about. Yeah, it's like everyone has their own definition, It's like pretty much the metaverse is, a virtual shared space, right? Like that's ultimately, what it is and what it's going to be. But yeah, I don't know how things are going to evolve, and I'm curious to kind of see how things play out, and yeah, different metaverses that develop, and what becomes like the most popular one. And I know Facebook is building out one, and everyone's like, I don't want to be part of Facebook's metaverse. I don't either.
I don't either.
Yeah, no. But yeah, it is interesting, and I'm really curious how that's all going to be, everyone kind of living in this world online. What was that one movie that like everyone's like, oh, you have to see it? It's like,
Ready Player One.
yeah, Ready Player One. Yeah, I just watched that the other day.
Did you like it?
Actually, yeah, it was good. It was good. But it
I
was like,
started it on like an airplane, and I don't like movies
you
that are
didn't
super
finish.
CGI. And it looked
Oh,
so
okay.
CGI so fast that I'm like, oh, I gotta
Oh
try
yeah.
again later.
Oh, well, just that, I think that it's so interesting, like the concept and the idea of just like kind of you're still a human living in the human world, and then you just kind of plug into this virtual world, and that's where you live, that's where you like living. And that's very interesting to me, and I definitely think there'll be a lot of people going to the extreme with that, where it's like they hate their real world life but they are in love with their virtual life, and it's like they're just like living as long as they just being in there as long as they possibly can. And I don't know how things are going to evolve with that, but
But
that is really interesting.
isn't that kind of like bizarre? Like I
Yeah, it's
can't get my
bizarre.
head around it. And also like how much time in the day do people have? Like I don't know about you, but I have so little free time. How am I now going to plug into the metaverse for like hours?
Well, if you make it your job, I mean, if you make it your job, if you make it, I mean, all you have to really do is eat and sleep, in the
So
real
you're just going
world
to be
to
plugged into the
survive.
metaverse and take breaks to eat and sleep. Is that what you're
Not, well, I
thinking?
didn't say me, but I'm saying other people will. Yeah,
Oh,
other people will for
geez.
sure.
I think we're in trouble as a society if everyone is putting like a big helmet on all day and just like sitting in their living room. I think it's not good.
I mean, people kind of already do that. They're glued to their laptop. They're glued to people watch TV. What is TV? They're watching other people live their life. Like they're not even living their own. They're just watching other people live their life. That's TV. I do not watch TV for that reason.
Really?
But yeah, because it's first of all, TV is addicting. is addicting. It's really interesting. There's so much going on. They create these fantasy, scenarios and fantasy worlds, but it's like you can get absorbed in someone else's world that's not even real. And it's like you kind of forget about your own life, and you have to be very conscious of that, of letting yourself get sucked into something that has nothing to do with you. TV has nothing to do with you.
So you've never been like a binge watcher ever. You've never been like a series watcher.
My mom is very like health conscious and all of that, and she would be like, TV is not good to watch. I mean, sometimes we would watch TV when I was a kid, but I didn't really watch much. And when I moved out, I didn't bring a TV with me or anything. So like, I don't have a TV or anything. I don't watch Netflix or anything like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you ever heard of this popular app called Netflix.
I've heard of it. Yeah, of course. From the internet.
Okay. Yeah, you know Netflix. What it is, but you don't watch it.
No, I don't watch it. Wow. Because then I would just get sucked. I feel like I would get sucked in, and I would be like, oh, this is so interesting. And I would, just want to watch it all the time. So wow, I can't, so instead I just don't watch it at all.
Wow. Well, there's that emotional maturity again. I feel like it's a theme of this interview. So the other couple questions about NFTs I wanted to ask you were like, what's your general take on the NFT market? Are there things that you have felt would do really well that didn't? Are there things that you felt would do really poorly that did really well? And how do you use that? How are you approaching purchasing NFTs right now, especially with gas?
Yeah, especially with gas. I don't really mint much because I would, now I'm at the point where I would rather, spend more on established projects that I want to hold on to long term. That's ultimately, I think, the best advice for both new people and advice that I've been using myself. It's like only really buying things that I want to hold on to long term.
Yeah.
And they're going to cost more. Like when I bought a cool cat, I paid 0.69 ETH, and that was a lot. And I was like, oh my god, like 0.69 ETH, and I thought that was a lot. Now the floor is like, I don't know, 4 ETH or something. But I bought it with the intention of holding on to a long term. Yeah. If it appreciated enough to where I felt like I should let this go, I should take profits, then I will. And that's my same philosophy with, NBA Top Shot moments. It's like buying S1. I pretty much only buy S1 and, now WNBA moments because I want to hold on to them long term. I believe in the long-term value of them. And, if they happen to appreciate, then, I'll flip. But I think that's the best way to go about the space right now, especially with all these different projects popping up and, people trying to win the mint lottery and, and it's very risky. It's very, very risky right now. Especially if you don't have much money and you don't come from the crypto world. There's a lot of rich crypto people, I'm not a rich crypto person, but I did get into crypto in, 2017. So I did buy in, early, I guess. So, I am from the crypto space. I think a lot of people are, that have a lot of NFTs, they are from the crypto space. But, if you're not from the crypto space, it's a lot of money if you don't have ETH and you have to, put cash in, like that's a lot.
Absolutely. And I feel like the gas issue now is affecting who can buy these things too. Just like the whales, basically.
The whales. That's why I'm also really bullish on Flow, Flow blockchain, and NBA Top Shots built on Flow. Dapper Labs, their mission is to introduce the blockchain to 1 billion people, and I truly believe they'll do that because you don't have to pay gas fees on Flow. You don't. And it's like for Ethereum, you have to pay gas and all this. You have to have a MetaMask. And it's actually kind of a more of a barrier to entry than people kind of think. I think we're just used to the space. But I think if anything, it's going to be things like NBA Top Shot that really pop off. And, all, the masses are into NBA Top Shot and, and there are other products and, things built on Flow. The Flow blockchain that'll kind of introduce people more into the world of NFTs because it's just easier. You can use your credit card,
Totally agree. And that's why, I think probably 90% of the people in the NFT space who weren't buying crypto, 5 years ago, it's because of Top Shot. Anyway, let's pivot for a second. Let's talk about Evaluate, and let's talk about the podcast that you're on. So first of all, I enjoy the videos you make on Evaluate. I actually purchased packs on Eternal because of a video that you put on Twitter. So thanks for that.
Nice.
Yeah, you do a great job making those demo videos. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing for Evaluate. I know you're doing like the social media and the Discord, but maybe a better question actually. Is there something on Evaluate that most people don't appreciate, or like an underappreciated feature of Evaluate, or just something that you really enjoy about Evaluate that you want to share with the world?
I really like using Evaluate Market to, so I have a lot of moments. I have like, I don't know, almost 500 moments. So, it's a lot to manage. And, for me, if I'm like trying to, free up some capital, because, maybe I want to buy some other moments and I need to free up some capital, I don't like to sell for a loss. I like to sell for a profit. That's kind of my rule. I've never sold any NBA Top Shot moments for a loss. If I bought really high, I'm just going to continue to hold on until the price appreciates enough to where I can actually sell for a profit, or I will gift it. That's kind of my philosophy. I find that it just works best for me like that. And I do that for NFTs as well. So I go on, Evaluate Market, and I go to my portfolio and I can scroll through all my moments and I can see, I can easily see, how much I bought a moment for and how much it's going for based on the lowest ask. And it'll show like in parentheses, either in green or red, how much you're up or, how much you're down. And so I'll just go through and I'll see, if I'm like 2x on a moment, then I'll go in and I'll, list it. And so I really like using it as like a way to kind of figure out what I should sell. If I wanted to free up some capital, then that's what I like to use it for. I think that's it's kind of underrated, because otherwise you have to go in on NBA Top Shot, click on every single moment, check the lowest ask, and it's a long process. Or you have to try to remember, what are the prices of this right now? Okay, well, how much did I pay for it? And it's just kind of a process. So I really like that it kind of Evaluate Market makes it easy to figure that out.
Yeah, I think that's a good use of Evaluate Market. And tell me about your podcast, NFT Catcher.
NFT Catcher, yeah, with Michael Keene and Jenny from the blockchain. That's me. Yeah, Michael Keene reached out to me, I don't know, a little over a month ago, I think. And he was like, hey, I'm wanting to start a podcast. And we had followed each other, we're mutuals. But I have never really talked to him. And he's like, I was wondering if you wanted to be my co-host. And so we met over Zoom and, we talked and we connected, and he's a really awesome guy. He's very smart, and he makes big money moves. That's why I really like him. He makes big money moves. Like when we're talking on the podcast, he's always like, yeah, I bought this for 2 ETH. I flipped it for 15. And he's just like always making these big moves. And so it's really inspiring to me. And he's awesome. And yeah, I just have been enjoying, recording podcast episodes every week with him. And we just both of us are, we just kind of are so like knowledgeable about what's happening in the space that it's like we always have stuff to just like talk about. So we just talk about so much for like an hour, and then yeah, it's really fun. And soon we'll get guests on, but we're really just enjoying kind of getting good at, because you have to kind of build up like a chemistry of kind of talking, to each other. And so we're kind of working on building that. And I've had people reach out saying, oh, I really like the podcast. And it's nice to see people starting to listen in and stuff. I think we're like 5 episodes in now or something. So it's been fun. Yeah.
Is it strange for you though? Because you've always enjoyed being in front of a camera.
Yeah, well, we record late at night because we're always so busy during the day that we usually record at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. And so, sometimes I've already, took off my makeup or whatever, and I'm just, we have the camera on so we can see each other, but yeah, we haven't started doing video yet, but we do kind of want to do video. I think it's fun, and we're both public people, so we'd be open to it. But for now, yeah, we just do audio, which I kind of like, because I don't know. It's also interesting too, because it's like, I don't know, you can kind of, nobody sees you, I guess, and you're just talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting too.
Yeah, something different. It's a change of pace. All right. Well, very good. So I feel like we covered a really nice broad array of subjects. I was I really enjoyed listening to your backstory. I'm glad that you included it, especially like the glitter story. I didn't know about it. That was interesting. But I think we're going to ask one community question, which is, what is your favorite cereal?
Cereal, like cereal number, or like
No,
cereal
no.
like food?
Well, you could do
Oh,
both. Give us what is your favorite cereal number, and what is your
Uh,
favorite breakfast cereal?
oh, my favorite cereal number. Hmm. Oh, favorite serial number. That's hard because I like a lot of different serial numbers. I like 2-digit or single digits are good too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's too many options. There's too many good cereals.
I mean, I would just say one. That's my favorite cereal number. I don't know why you're not choosing that.
Wait, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Number one. Number one. Well, I don't
And
have anything number one. So
well,
I
neither
don't
do
know.
I, but it
Okay.
can still be my favorite.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Um,
right.
and,
You're right.
and how about your favorite breakfast cereal?
I don't eat cereal.
You
Cereal's
don't eat
gross.
cereal.
No.
What's your favorite breakfast food?
I have the same thing for breakfast every day. I like saute mushrooms, spinach, red onion, tomato, and tofu. And then I'll have it with like some avocado. And then I'll usually have like kombucha or green tea. And then sometimes like vegan bacon. So,
Wow, so you're very healthy. You're not just like vegan, you're like very healthy.
I mean, I try. I'm not like I could be healthier, but
That sounds pretty healthy to me. Are you doing the kombucha every day?
Not every day, just when I have it. I get like a big thing of it, and then I just like pour out like a cup.
Yeah, I like the kombucha actually. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Well, I'll let you go, but is there anything else that you want to promote? Anything else coming up? I mean, I think people know where to find you, but you could tell us again.
You can find me on Twitter, Jennifer_Sutto, YouTube, Jennifer Top Shot, my podcast, NFTCatcher Podcast. And that's pretty much it.
And your LinkedIn is?
No, I don't have a LinkedIn. No plans for LinkedIn. Actually, Christian from Evaluate made me get a LinkedIn just so he could put it under the company that I work for. But all it is my picture, and that's it. Nothing else.
You should flex and put a picture of an NFT. That's what people are doing on LinkedIn.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I should do that.
All right. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much. I'll let you get back to your kombucha and tofu. And it was really nice talking to you. And I look forward to doing it again soon.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.